Hi everyone, Juju here, and welcome to Juju's Collectibles Corner. Today we are going to be talking about first appearances. Thank you everybody for joining me. Today I'm going to do a little video here about the first appearance. What is the first appearance of a character in comic books? It's a very touchy subject among comic book collectors, and it actually has effects on the value of books. Before we jump in though, I want to remind everybody about my reaching 1,000 subscribers giveaway. I am giving away a Absolute Batman #1 cover A. The book is right back there. You can see it right back there. Once I reach 1,000 subscribers, I will randomly select a winner. To enter, all you have to do is like, subscribe, and comment on my videos. Commenting will get you entered. Subscribing will get me faster to 1,000 subscribers. The faster I get there, the faster I can give the book away. Just saying. All right, comic book first appearances. You have two versions. You have the cameo appearance, which technically is the first appearance, and then you have what is called the full appearance. Pretty much they have more than just one page in the book. Their character is featured in more than one page. Your cameo appearance usually is a one-page deal. It's usually in the last page of the issue, and then the next issue is when you see the big reveal and the whole story. There are several characters, and they are big characters in the Marvel universe, that have a cameo appearance in one book, and then the next book is the full appearance. The one with the full appearance is usually the book that is higher in value, but is it really truly the first appearance? In my opinion, not really, because the cameo was the first. That was where you first met them in the book. Now, the next issue is where you get to learn about them and find out what they're about. So it's hard to, I don't know, for me, they're tied together, if you ask me. In my opinion, they are tied together. Three great examples of this are Amazing Spider-Man 299 and Amazing Spider-Man 300. You have the last page of 299 is where you see Venom, and then 300 is where you have the full story. Hulk 180, you get your cameo of Wolverine, and then Hulk 181 is where you get the full version of Wolverine. And then New Mutants 86, you get a cameo of Cable, but then you got New Mutants 87, which is the full-on story with Cable. It's got Cable on the cover. So the big Cable is not as big as the Venom and the Wolverine. When people talk about this cameo versus full appearance deal, they're usually referring to the Venom and the Wolverine first appearances, because a lot of people still argue today as to which book is their first appearance. There's a guy in a comic book group that I'm in on Facebook. He actually sent the page that has Venom on it and requested a remark from Todd McFarlane on this, and Todd did it. He actually signed the page and wrote at the bottom of the page, first appearance of Venom. So it's like, Todd is saying that is the first appearance. So is that the first appearance? But in the market, 300 is the first appearance, because that's where you learn more about Venom. So honestly, it's an opinion question, but when it comes to the value of the books, it mainly is the first full appearance is what people go after. That is the one that has the bigger value to it. Maybe someday the other books, now I'm not saying that the other books have no value to them. They do. A Hulk 180 is a decent priced book to get because you have that cameo of Wolverine, but it's not as high value as 181. Same thing with Amazing Spider-Man 299. Amazing Spider-Man 300 is the one that is worth a few $100s, if not more. I haven't looked at the current raw. I go off of raw pricing, just as everybody knows. I'm not a big fan of slabs. I own one slab. The only reason I did it too was because it was a Disney Mickey Mouse cover, and we're Disney freaks in our family. So I only have one slab book. I am not the biggest fan of slab books because at some point in time I would like to go back and open them up and look at them, possibly read them. So when I talk about pricing, I'm talking pricing off of the raw product, not graded, just your standard book in your bag and board. So those books do have value to them, the cameo appearances, but the first full appearances is where the money is for right now. You never know. Someday things could change. People's thoughts could change. It could go up. What are your thoughts? Seriously, please comment on this video and let me know what your thoughts are. For me, the first appearance is the first appearance, and that book should have some value to it, but the first full on involvement in the story appearance, I can understand that being where people put their value to the book, because that's where you really get to see the character and you know what they're about, who they are, what they're there to do. The cameo appearance, you don't know exactly what's going to happen with them or if they're even going to last. Some of these, sometimes you have a cameo appearance of a character and nothing happens with them. They fizzle out. They don't make that big, huge impact on a book or a series. So it just depends on the writers and the character. I mean, and the artist, because you could have a dope character and the writing's not there, then you just don't get it. But these characters have big impact within the universe of Marvel. So the cameo and the first full are subject. They're subjective these days, in my opinion, because it all depends on the person, really, who's buying the comic book, and what they think. That's how I feel, at least. You could feel totally different, and that's totally fine, because everybody's allowed to do that. So let me know what you think. Please comment on what do you consider the first appearance of a character? What do you consider the most significant? Which one is more significant, the cameo or the first full? Now, I'm pretty sure I know that the first full is probably going to be most people's answers, but the cameo is a big deal too, because you're build, it's a build, you're looking forward to that next book to see what's going to happen. So, it's an anticipation builder. So it's all subjective, I guess, really. The market, not subjective. The market is where the money is. So that's kind of what drives this. But in my opinion, the first appearance is the first time they appear in the book. Does that have more value than if they're in a full story? It all depends on the person and what they're willing to pay, to be completely honest. Just my views. We'll take them or leave them. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. All right, just want to remind everybody about my giveaway. The giveaway to reach 1,000 subscribers. It is still going on. To enter, all you need to do is like, subscribe, and comment. Please, please comment. If you don't comment, I don't know who you are to put your name in the drawing for the book. I'm giving away an Absolute Batman #1 cover A. Once I reach 1,000 subscribers, I will randomly draw the winner, and you will get the book. Just saying. So the faster I get there, the faster I can give it away. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, share out, hit that notification bell so you know I got new videos coming. I know it's been kind of slow right now. We've had some serious, crazy weather in Charlotte, so everything's been kind of slow going. Everybody's been home, and it's been hard to do videos. So it's nice to get this done, get this out there. I've been thinking about it for a couple days now. Thank you again. Please check out my Facebook group, Juju's Collectibles Corner on Facebook. It is a public group. Please find it. Please join it. Let's talk about comic books. Let's talk about collectibles. I'm also on Reddit now, Juju's Collectibles Corner on Reddit. I have, it's very slow. I have no followers on Reddit, so it would be awesome if I could find a follower on Reddit. Just one. Just one. Again, thank you, and I will talk to you all again later. Have a good morning, evening, noon, night, afternoon, whatever time it is that you are watching this, and I will see you later. Bye.